7 years ago, we started with a vision to impact, to transform, and to elevate.
I give my what? My all, because you don't know who's sitting in that stage, who's sitting in that audience who gave their what? Their last dime to come to a class, and it's not up to us to play with their money or their time at all. It's up to us to say, listen, she just lost her salon, and she coming here for what? Help. She just lost her clientele, and it's not what? The same. So it's something, if we don't do nothing but give somebody a positive word, a positive what? It can cause them to go out and what? Ignite. That's what we're for.
Year 1 was made room because the foundation had to be laid. Year 2 was revealed because
September we run it back, but just from the safety of your own home, and that's going to be virtual.
Year 3 was stretched, and we pushed beyond limits.
Sometimes you gotta get not in one position, but sometimes you gotta get just like this. And I said, Lord, I'll come to you as humble as I know how. I want everybody to get on their knees just for 1 second. And if you can't get on your knees, just get in a position where you're gonna tell the Lord something that you're grateful for right now.
Year 4 was breathe because growth requires breathing, resilience, and faith. Year 5 was believe because nothing moves without belief.
When we start talking about the word move means you got to move and shift, not standing still. And so I felt like we were standing still before, and now we are officially moving.
And year 6 was victory. We saw triumph in every challenge, and now year 7, restore. So many people who have came to Mpulse Summit said the Mpulse Summit has changed their life. They came there empty, but they left full. That this is more than an event, it's a movement. To those who have walked in this journey with us, thank you. To those who will join us this year, get ready. This is not a summit. This is Mpulse. Year 7, the year of grace, the year of restore.
Everyone, this is your visionary founder of Mpulse Summit, Micheline Barber. I am so excited that this is our 7th year, and we're in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Hilton Airport. It's September the 27th through the 29th, and it is the year of restore. Now, what does that mean? We celebrate 7 years, so get ready to rebuild, revive, and resuscitate everything that you thought you lost, and just to get it back restored. So we're asking you to register at impulsesummit.com. Let me tell you, it's bigger than hair and better than that. And Joel 2:25 says the year of restoration means all the things that we gave out, all the things that we thought we lost, all the things that we gave away. God is going to give it to us bigger and better. It is that time of the year, and it is that time of the season for you to join us at one of the most anticipated hair summits of the fall. Mpulse Summit is where it's at. We have a young lady that's going to be joining us today, and she is one of the ones who actually signed up for our VIP signature. She's a young lady that hails out of Florida, and we definitely want you to know even more about her. It is Ingrid Jules. And she is a young lady that has found styles by Ingrid and has so much more to bring to the table today, so much more to share with us about who she is, where she is, and where she's going in the future. So y'all please welcome her and us on this live tonight for Restore Now, none other than Miss Ingrid Jules.
Hey, love.
Hello, beautiful.
How are you?
Great. I cannot, listen, I'm going to let you know that I am so blessed to be seen than viewed. Y'all know what that means, right? And you and I have seen each other for the last 3 years.
Yes,
We're going to talk about that a little later. But tell them who you are. Ingrid, the person. Ingrid, the entrepreneur. Ingrid, just period, and where you're from.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Springfield, Massachusetts. Moved to Florida in 1995 to finish my schooling. And who I am. First, I'm a believer. I have to say that. Hopeful for all things. Good, right? A mother of 3 beautiful daughters. Empty nester, but not empty because they're still here. and, and a visionary. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And a helpmate, right? I am the type of person that will pour into others so they can see their vision come into light. And it's just a gift that God has given me automatically. When people come to me, they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, do this and do that. And it works out. And I'm grateful for that. There's so much more about me, working from corporate America and then transitioning into doing hair full time for the last 8 years. Full time, that's a blessing, to stay on track with that, to be able to do that and sustain financially doing that from where I was coming from in the corporate as a paralegal, litigation paralegal. So, that's just a little spotlight. But I'm glad to be on here. I love Mpulse, and I am so pleased that I was able to just join this live today.
I'm so grateful that you are on this live because it's been a long time coming. When I say that, I've often seen your face around Mpulse Summit. I've often seen you walk around Mpulse Summit. And reading your bio is it highlights like your energy, because a lot of times people can see you, but then like I'm talking to you now and I just see all this amazing energy come around. How do you maintain that? Because during these times that we're going through, you stay strong, you stay positive in your presence. What's some of the things that have led you up to being that positive? Like, like you said, that magnet for magnificence.
To be honest, I think I'm just so transparent with others that I don't mind giving my story, right? So it's not like I'm afraid to tell my history, and I think people will adapt more when you're just so open and transparent to your truth. And people gravitate to me. I tell my daughters all the time, when you see people, say hello, speak. And then what happens is that they're like, oh, that's Miss Jules, that's Ingrid, and they're like, oh, you could go to her anytime and talk to her. So it's just being open to receiving people and being able to say, hey, how are you doing today? Everything's okay? And telling my story. And that took me a long time to get there. But once I was able to tell my truth, I was able to heal. And that's the truth.
Healing is one thing that a lot of people don't realize how to do that.
Yeah.
How to go through that whole healing process, how to go through that whole letting go process, including myself. As to letting go things, I'm so used to my hands being on things and being in things till it takes me off. It shatters me a little bit when I can't do it, because I heard you saying something about going from corporate America to now even being behind the scenes full time.
Yes.
And looking at your energy and looking at how you're doing things and how you have been doing things, I know it hasn't always been easy. Right. But you have pursued through the times. You have done these things during the time. And so that's what we look for, individual like yourself in there. When you look at your clients and your client impact, and you have really immersed during times when people say, you know what? No, they can't do this. But you always helping others and you feel confident and beautiful while you're doing it. Because you've always looked the same every time I see you. I'm like, she just don't change. She just keep doing it. So you can share with us a time when, your client, that you enforced the passion for cosmetology with your clients, because I know we have so many times we can say that it changed our lives from just being behind a chair. Like you said at the beginning, being a believer. You bought that belief, and now you have put that on and into someone else. Can you remember a time when that has happened?
Yes. I think for me, just posting on social media, people gravitate to me because they see that transparency. Just watching me on my lives or recording, saying about a Bible text, a devotional text. When they come to me, they say, the reason why I chose you is because you are so vibrant. There's something about you that I saw in your video. There's something about you that I see. and I just wanted to choose you. Or I've been watching you, your stories. I have a lot of clients that I've been watching you. I see your smile. I see when you're in there in the shop with your daughter. And for me, it's just like when they come to me, it's one-on-one, right? I don't have a big salon. This is sweet. Me and my daughter's in there, and it's personable. So they're able to open up to me, and I'll be able to talk to them about it. And in some cases, it's just a prayer, because with my clients, sometimes you just gotta in silence and pray over them in silence, right? Because they talk to you about a lot of stuff that's going on in their lives. And a lot of my clients come to me because they feel the presence. And I know that that's why they come, because it's just an anointing atmosphere, to be honest.
So if someone was looking for you, because it is someone out there or someone's out there that's looking for you, and you said Styles by Ingrid, right?
Styles by Jules.
Styles by Jules. Styles by Jules. And it's located again where?
In Lauderdale, Florida.
So looking at that, because so many people don't realize the power of prayer.
Yes.
The power of prayer can change any projective of whatever's coming into our salon space, especially saying, I'm a solopreneur and, my space is not large, but big things come out of small spaces.
Yeah.
And the production of it all, that if someone is looking for someone, then that's who you need to find. Not only is she have gifted hands, but she has a gifted mind. So we think about the fact that pushing you out there even more, because some people, go in places and the stylists don't even talk to them. They don't have any conversation. But you're saying, I actually want to pray with you. This is what I actually want to do. And so I think that's amazing, because in your entrepreneurship, you have done so many things, right? You have been in real estate. You transitioned and your corporate roles of owning Styles by Jules in a bold step. I mean, you inspired, you took a leap of entrepreneurship, challenges that you face so many ways. So building your salon business, from taking that leap from corporate America, and just tell all the things that you did in corporate, and then how you transition, say, you know what, I'm fully going to drop this and I'm going to follow what God is telling me to do. Because I know there's been challenges that you face. What are those things?
Well, leaving corporate America wasn't easy. But I always had a passion for hair, even when I was in school. Started off really young. But to be honest, with parents, it's not always the route they want you to go, right? And not all the time. And, it's like, what do you need to do to have your family? You have a husband, you have children. So at that time, it's like you have to be there so you could support them 100%. And to be honest, not knowing if you'll be able to be successful in the business, right? Is doing here something that could actually fund your finances at home. So I didn't do it. And then at one point I was a litigation paralegal, and it was during the foreclosure crisis and everything else. They were going through it. And then at one point I was just tired. I was doing stuff, real estate, corporate America, paralegal for 13 years. Missing a lot of time with my children. I'm talking about doctor visits, taking them to the park, doing all the things. And I was like, you know what? I've always had a passion to do hair. Always loved it. Had clients coming to my house after work. And then at this point, I just went to my HR director. I was like, hey, I know you guys are laying it off. Can you lay me off too? She was like, girl, why? I was like, I don't mind. Like, I really want to jump into my passion. I just want to spend more time with my kids, things that I wasn't able to do, and have my own time. And she was like, well, Mr. Watson really doesn't want to lay you off. I was like, please talk to him about it. And she did. She was like, well, all right, we're going to give you a severance, which the severance covered me to go back to school to get my license. And that's what I did. And to be honest, I made sure, even though it was cosmetology school, I was summa cum laude. Hello, all A's all the way through. I was like, I'm determined to do this. And I did that. And that was 9 years ago. And ever since then, 8 years fully in business.
I'm looking over, and looking at you, should I say. And you actually asked them to lay you off. Like, you was like, listen, the only way I'm going to let go of something, I got to let it go.
Yes.
For me to see something different. And I know during those times you can remember, oh, that was something that would have stood out to me. I'm like, listen, I'm asking, could you just please, lay me off? But overcoming these challenges, you face emotional trials and tribulations.
Yeah, it gets deeper.
Significant losses throughout your journey,
Yes.
and yet you still pushing.
I had to.
What does that look like? It's despite all those things, because like you said, it go deeper than that. And I always tell people this is a safe space because people suffer in silence.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we don't talk about what we've been through because we don't think anyone will understand. And we don't think anyone want to hear it. And we don't know that, hey, there might be someone who's going through something worse or the same thing, but because we haven't said anything, and we wear it really well with our makeup and our hair done, but it's way deeper than that.
Yeah, it is. To dig deeper, I was married at 21, got a divorce and didn't expect it, right? And lost everything. And when I tell you everything, I mean everything, to the point where me and my children are sleeping in a room, right? And I had to tell myself in that part of my life that you got to do something, right? You have to show them that even though there's a loss, a significant loss, like divorce, because divorce is like, to me, it's like death, right? Because you never expect it. You don't want to be the one that they point out and say, it's her, look at her. Or now she's a quote unquote baby mom, And I never wanted that because of church. I never wanted to be seen as, oh, she's a single parent with those 3 daughters, whatever. So I literally had to put on my big girl panties and say, you know what, Ingrid, you got to push through this because your daughters have to see you win. And to be honest, the winning wasn't a financial gain. It was just more for me emotionally and having my mind together, because during that time I was depressed and it took a toll on my life going through that emotional toll. I'm talking about depression, taking medication, and not seeing my kids, them being present, but not seeing them. And I had to shake that off and tell myself, you got to do something. Your kids can't see you like this. So during this time, it's been hard. But God has been good. And I'm not going to lie, like God has been good. And a lot of times people say, oh, well, you're not where you want to be financially, but it's not about money. It's about your mindset. And once I was able to place myself in a mindset where I'm going to be okay, and my kids say, oh, no matter what, we lost it all, we're okay. That's what mattered to me the most. And that's why I chose to transition in there, so I could spend more time with my children, because we lost a lot. So we could develop a more healthy relationship, as they're adults now, and that they could see that you could do it despite whatever goes on in your life. You can do it. And that's what I tell my children all the time. No matter what is going on, you have to put your best foot forward. You can't wait on anybody to do it for you. You have to step out and do it. If you want a better career, if you want a better life, you have to do it. And that's what's been going on now. So the challenge is that it was hard. And some days it's still hard. But I know where to place it, so I won't get to a place where I'm back in depression. So, yeah.
And I feel like it has also pushed you to a point where it's almost like a rubber band. It stretches, but it doesn't break. You know what I'm saying? It's like a tree planted by the still water. That means it's going to sway at times, but it's still standing through the resilience of it all, through the storms, through the trials and tribulations, because we know that joy comes in the morning time.
Yeah.
And even though we weep at night, we still look at that joy factor of, I'm looking at my situation, like you said, and say, it may not be where I want to be, but it is where I need to be at this moment, right? For us to realize that everything get better and better during time. So yes, divorce is something that can shatter you, losing things. But I always say sometimes it's left. And it's left there for a reason, for us to look back at where we came from. It's okay sometimes, they say looking in the rearview mirror, it keeps you safe.
Yes.
Even though it's a smaller vision, it keeps you safe because you can still see where you came from. But the bigger picture is in front of you. That's why it's that big window in the front. And it's okay for us to do it every now and then, to go back, but you see the resilience, you see your growth. And I always tell people that growth thing is, when we see what we can't wear anymore, is because we've grown in so many ways. but it's making us even stronger.
It sure has.
It's making us even better. So, you know, even though you went through the battles and the experiences that you went through in your life, these experiences have shaped you. It shaped your perspective of how you look at things and how you view things, the investment in yourself, and being an entrepreneur and a solopreneur with your daughter now. How has that changed? Because I've went from being a salon owner of multiple chairs to a solopreneur. And how has that space changed? Because I know your guests now are able to see you more easier. You know, they seen you like you said before, but they didn't see who Ingrid is. They didn't see your spirit as big and boldful as it is now since you've gone through those things. What could you tell someone who may be facing the same things that say, hold on?
Yeah, I would tell them to keep going, keep praying, and believe that it can happen. A lot of times we don't see it right away, right? Even for myself, like when you hear people say, I heard from God, and you be like, I ain't hear him, right? Like, when he gonna talk to me? You have to keep going. You have to keep pressing forward, because a lot of times we can't hear him, but we block our own blessings. We block ourselves by not being obedient to the Holy Spirit and actually listening. For me, it's worked out for me and my daughter, because now she could see how I'm interacting with my clients. So now she can interact with her clients. So I'm also getting her out the shell as well to talk to her clients. You know, so when we're in this atmosphere, they're like, oh, your mom is really cool, you know, or Brenna's really sweet, you know, or we had a great experience in your shop. You know, so it's actually helping her. Me being there is helping her to do what she needs to do to become who she needs to become. I would just tell people, don't stop. It might not look how you want it to look. It may not be presented how you felt in your head, how it needed to be presented. Because I be saying all the time, when is it going to be in that package that I want? Right? I needed it to be just like this. And God's like, no, that's not how I'm going to do it. This is the plan for you. And it's going to be this way. So I would tell people just to keep going, even though it doesn't look how you want it to look, no matter what. God is in control. And that's honest. And it took me a long time. And I still to this day have to believe that God is in control, because a lot of time things are not going how I want them to go now, still in my head. But I have to tell myself God is in control. And that's what I would tell people. Keep pushing.
We're going to take a little brief commercial just so people can see the experience of Mpulse Summit, experience of so many things to look forward to.
Mpulse Summit wants to welcome you to our seventh. I cannot believe it's been 7 years. And this year is Restore 25. It's been 7 years of transformation, 7 years of elevation, and 7 years of divine impact. Mpulse 2025, this is the year of restoration. And Restore 25 is our charge for the season, to rebuild, renew, and reclaim all that has been lost or broken. Joel 2:25 declares, I will restore to you all the years that the locusts have eaten. And this is the year where God restores our time, our purpose, our vision, and our power back into our hands. This is our season to rise, to be renewed, and to walk in the fullness of his promises. Now, what to look forward to at Restore 2025? We're building your vision with powerful speakers and spiritual guidance to fortify your purpose, renewing your mind with deep discussion panels and workshops designed to shift your thinking and to elevate, and reclaiming your power by networking with faith-based driven leaders, entrepreneurs, and creatives. And let us not forget reviving your spirit. Remember, this is not just about business, but it's about aligning with divine destiny and stepping into greatness. Mpulse Summit 2025 is here. And this is not just a conference. This is a movement, a spiritual enrichment gathering where faith meets action. So get ready to restore, rebuild, and rise, because this is your year.
So this year we have added so many facets to Mpulse Summit, And one of the biggest things that we've added is our VIP signature experience. That is an experience where, like Ingrid and many others you're going to see we going live with, but we also rebuilding and going through collaborating with individuals. So we have our offsite event at Mpulse Summit. We have our industry mixer, our PPB, but we also have the signature event pass. This is going to be a pass that gets you into all things, and it's also going to have your signature on everything from your paraphernalia to your seats. Wherever you go, they're going to know you. Out of 5 of our virtual classes, you choose 3 of those experiences. You get premium seating, visibility, signature promotion packages is what we're going to be doing throughout. From the time you sign up, even after Mpulse Summit is over, they're going to know exactly who you are with your signature VIP event pass. And so make sure you get your signature out there. Make sure you get you out there, because it is about collaborating, and it's about building you up, and it's about being bigger and better than anything else. 2025 packages are ready for you to go over and to look at Mpulse Summit Restore 2025. All we're saying is get in the seats. We're looking for you. We have a group now that we've added on Facebook. It's called the Regroup Community. And you see us going around to different cities and different states to come through in an intimate setting where we can bring in education, motivation, tips, and even telling you about Mpulse Summit. For those who are unaware, who is Mpulse Summit and why are they in Charlotte, North Carolina every year for 7 years? I'm your visionary founder of Mpulse Summit, and my belief in restoration. We believe in our future professionals. We believe in those who are out there that wants to come and want to come to Mpulse Summit. So this year of restoration, come in and join us. It is Joel 2:25. The time to rebuild, revive, and restore. And we have our signature VIP, Miss Ingrid Jules, out of Florida. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been learning so much more about her, because 3 years she's been at Mpulse Summit. We want to ask her what keeps her going and coming back 3 years consecutively from the time. I don't even know how she even found out about Mpulse Summit, but that's a question that we want to ask, because so many people want to know, well, how did you find out about it? I didn't see it over social media, a friend of mine. But we telling you, come in, bring your girlfriends, bring your guy friends, bring someone that you know need to be a part of this tribe. If you're looking for like-minded individuals, if you're looking to grow, not just personally, spiritually, and professionally, you want to be there at Mpulse Summit in September, because we are going through all those phases and facets of life. It is the year of restoration. So I'm going to bring back to you Miss Ingrid Jules, because we got a couple of questions to ask her as to how did she even begin to find Mpulse Summit.
Hello.
Hey. So I know you probably didn't hear the question, or maybe you did. So many inquiring minds want to know, how did you find out about Mpulse Summit?
Okay, so I went to another summit called the Short Hair Guru with Toya and Sheree, and it was for a weekend in Dallas, and they were talking about the Mpulse Summit. I was like, Jules, you have to go. It's more than just hair. It's bigger than hair. You know, it's spiritual. It's a connection. It's a community of stylists of hair, skin, and nails. It's something, you know, that it will be enlightening and it's spiritual for you. So I was like, okay, something I want to try. I would try to go, you know, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, slightly an introvert, for real. Like, I'm not really out there. Okay, I'm really to myself, for real. So I was like, oh, I don't know anyone. I'm really not big in the hair industry, you know, knowing other stylists. So I don't know. I'm fearful, right? But Toya was like, I'm gonna call and make sure you get on and get a roommate, because we're going. And honestly, to be honest, I am so happy and ecstatic that I did attend my first conference, which was Believe. And that just inspired me. And that's what I'm saying, that you have to first believe, of course, in God, higher power, but in yourself, to know that you can do it. And that that summit, besides the cutting and all that, it's just knowing that the ministry is about you and believing in yourself and being able to say that you can do this. It just allowed me to say, okay, I need to come back. And then I went to Victor and I was like, I got the victory. And I was so excited about that. I was like, not only do I believe, but God has it for me, the victory over my life. And to be honest, I just can't wait for this year. I can't wait for the restore. And just to know that I can regain anything that I've lost in life. And I'm excited about it.
You know, there's so many people looking forward to this year, and it's always reminded to me of a question that when I was doing an interview a couple of minutes ago, and they said, what does restore mean to you? And I said, it means bringing something back again, but better, right? So when we think about restoring an old car, when you think about, restoration of a car or anything, when you look at it the second time, it wins awards because it wasn't like it used to be. They put more thought into it. They put more ideas into it. I feel like because of the fact that the suffering and the trials, the tribulations that we have gone through, the restoring or the restoration is going to be even bigger because we have to go back and see where or what we've been through. The resilience of what we went through, the things that we went through, that now it is time for us to say, yes, you came in through and believe, and you believed in us and you believed in the words, because I always tell people, we're not here to sell it. We're here to show you an experience. And experience is you come first. We always put other people first before ourselves because we want to say, what is out there that's missing? What is out there that people are looking for? They're looking for something to help them with mental health. They're looking for something to help with their business. They're looking for something to say, I can do this with multiple streams. I can do this because I am restoring or rebuilding something that used to be there. So we're bringing in amazing core specialists like Brandy Nicole, like Maurice Harvey for mental health. So we're bringing in Desiree Lust that's going to come in, that did an amazing job when she came in. Just when people said, I want to see these people come back. And now we've added a new person, which is Angie Jackson. I mean, this young lady is across the board phenomenal, inside and out. Arkevis Armstrong, motivational mindset coach and transitional coach. That's him. So that's just some of the people that we're bringing there, but it's so much bigger than hair.
Yes, it is.
And that's what we're saying, that yes, you're going to learn the cuts and you learn the color. That's why we don't even focus on that. We're saying, what can we do to build you up? What has Mpulse Summit did for Ingrid? Since you've been there for 3 years, what has Mpulse Summit did for you, the individual Ingrid, that this person is saying, I'm coming in as an introvert and now I am finding myself doing this because I was in the seats of Mpulse Summit?
Well, it actually broke me out of my shell a little bit, right? Because like I said, you're there by yourself. So you have to converse with people. You have to build relationships with others. So coming to there allowed me to be open. And I think, like I said, deep down inside, there's a kind of extrovert in there, but it allowed me to actually meet people and build healthy relationships with others, other professionals. And to be honest, in these 3 years, still be in contact with these individuals, right? And helping me to grow my business and saying to them, hey, how do you think about this? Or why do you think I should do this? And even when it comes down to money management and building your business and your LLC, a lot of things that you don't think about because you just want to do hair, but actually this is your profession. This is your business, right? And your 401k and how to invest. It has opened up so many opportunities for my business that I could actually teach other people. And that's a good thing because now that I know, I can share it with others.
I think what people are not realizing is that you find a tribe.
Yeah.
You find individuals that you can call your sister and your brother. And like you said, 3 years later, I'm still calling for advice. And there's no gatekeepers.
Right.
There's nobody there that said, oh, listen, you got to get it for yourself. No, I'm going to find out for you. No, we all come together and say, this is what you can do for your business, this is what you can do for your spirit life, this is what you can do for transitioning, for where you are, and nobody there is looking or second guessing you for anything that you're looking for. Because people are coming there hungry. They're coming there looking for something different. They're coming there saying, I need to find individuals that think like me, that talk like me, that is aligned with me, and your alignment is the assignment.
Yeah.
If there was somebody out there that's second guessing coming to Impulse Summit, right? Put aside all the other things, what would you tell them as to why they, if they don't come with nobody else, why you came by yourself, right? You heard it, but then you said, I'm going to see about it. What would you tell somebody that's out there sitting in their seat saying, I heard about Mpulse Summit. I don't know. I don't know. Why should I come to Mpulse Summit?
I would tell them, if you are looking for a community of believers, of like-minded individuals, a place where you could grow, a place where you could see yourself soar, this is an opportunity for you to come. And there's no term of it. It's just a place where you need to be to grow spiritually, financially, mentally. If you want to have a friendship, a family, this is where I would tell you to go, because let me tell you, they love on you the moment you step in those doors. I'm talking about right away. And if they know your name, and if they don't, they're going to ask you your name. And by day 2, they know who you are. And let me tell you something. It's just the love, the atmosphere, the preaching, the devotions. It's just that you can feel at peace being at the Mpulse Summit. And that's real talk. And even if you go by yourself, you're going to meet someone. You're going to buddy up with somebody right away. Somebody's going to be your friend instantly. Okay. And I would tell anyone, listen, it's beyond here. Let me tell you something. It's a regrowth, and you will get something out of it. For me, the spiritual, listen, the way God moved in service, the way the praise and worship, the way that you know that we serve an all, God is so good. And to be there with individuals, what you think, oh my God, can I really be there and be myself? Yes, you can. And I would recommend everyone just to join this community of love and hope and believers, because we have victory. I love it. I don't even know what else to say. It was amazing.
I'm going to say this. Because you have joined us now in our signature VIP, right?
Yes.
And it was something that you said it was a no-brainer. Sign me up. I want to be in. Where do I sign at? Where do I put my signature on the line? Mm-hmm. And going through this live tonight and me just looking at where you are, someone is out there looking for you, just like you looking for them. And it's going to be bigger than hair. It's going to be something that they're needing a spiritual healing. They need someone to talk to them, not just about the fact that they may be losing their hair, or the fact that they may be losing or going through a divorce, or all the other things, or they may be transitioned from their job. Because I've had people that say, hey, Mitch, I lost my job. Did I tell you I lost my job? I just want to come up there and just be around you for a couple of minutes, because you're always uplifting. That person that's looking for you, yes, they can definitely find you at Styles by Jules. But they definitely can find you on all platforms there, but they definitely can find you through your spirit. Out there, there's someone that's looking for you. What would you tell them if they're searching for not just a hairstylist, but they're looking for you? They're looking for Ingrid. Tell them why they should come and sit in your chair or be around your presence for the experience.
For me, if you're looking for a place of peace and hope, and a place where you could just be yourself, I am your stylist. When I say it's an open, transparent atmosphere, and if you're looking for love and kindness and to feel safe, right? I'm her. I'm your girl. And that's the truth. And like I said before, a lot of my clients, they said, I chose you. And for someone to say, I chose you, I was online looking for someone to cut my hair. I was looking online for someone to cut, and I chose you just from seeing your page, it speaks volumes. And if you want that space that you could come in and be yourself, and we could chill and laugh and listen to music and watch TV and talk, whatever, I'm her. I'm your girl. And also that spiritual nugget, prayer.
I was looking at your styles. When I tell y'all, bad to the bone stylist, you fire. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I was in that area near you, and I needed my haircut, which is, I don't know what I be going from one thing to another because I'm trying my best not to cut my hair. I was sitting in your chair, and sometimes what we don't realize is people want to be around Ingrid Jules because they have been searching so long for that real cosmetological spiritual entrepreneur, right? They're looking for something that give you more and more times the chances to just shampoo their hair and be like, man, if I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna come there just to get my shampoo and my prayer. So people are looking for you across the board, and we need your number. So give them your number if they're trying to
Okay. So Styles by Jules on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, even Google. Styles by Jules of South Florida. My phone number is 954-439-5271. You could also schedule all your appointments online on Hello Goldie. That's the app that I use to schedule my appointments. And you could always text me. Listen, my daughter be like, is someone texting you again? Listen, they text. I'm open to talking to you. Consultations, come in. Let's look at your hair. Let's see what you can and cannot do. Because I'm that stylist that'll tell you, oh, no, we can't do that. Yes, we could do this. So if you're looking for someone that you could be personal with, that you could come in and be free, and that we could have a great time, go ahead and make your appointment with Styles by Jules.
I'm telling you, if you ever get a chance, go and see it. It is Restore 2025. It's bigger than hair. And we want you to come and experience it because Mpulse Summit, 7 years. This is the time that we're going to take a breath and start all over again. And this is a time of restoration. So if you are out there, if you're a stylist, a nail tech, skincare, if you're a barber, if you're in the business of knowing that you got to do business better, come join us for Restore 2025. You're going to see this beautiful young lady there in the seats in September. She is our signature VIP because she has her name on her seat where nobody can't sit in it.
Don't sit there.
Don't sit there, sir. That's Ingrid's. As a signature VIP, that's right. You get your personal signature paraphernalia curated just for you. You get to choose 3 virtual hands-on classes, and you also get a chance to have premium seating and visibility. And we also do a cross promo with you across opportunities to brand yourself visibly throughout the nation, throughout the states and the cities, and only at Mpulse Summit we are doing that. So if you want to
Mpulse Summit is introducing something new. And what is that? Our signature VIP event pass. Do say more. It consists of your actual signature on paraphernalia to get your brand out even bigger and better. And also, it's going to come with your signature on your VIP seating. That means wherever you sit, your signature will follow you. Are you serious? Also, you get a chance to choose from 5 virtual classes where we're going to have our experts lead you to tailor you for your goals as to what you're looking for in 2025 and beyond. Something to think about. Another thing is, they also get a chance to put their signature promotion on our social media site, where we're going to make sure that we brand you and for visibility and impact. So join us for this year signature VIP event pass. I got you.
It created a space for men to be themselves, to be vulnerable, to ask questions, the hard questions of life, and just being a man. And it's something that most men don't have, is that space to say, I'm me, I am who I am, and I can speak who I am and be in my truth.
It was a very, very informative session where men were very transparent about their feelings, which men normally don't expose, because we're taught, suck it up, it'll get better, you better not cry. If you do, you're a sissy. It was a safe place in which we could say exactly how we feel, specifically about our relationships with our wives.
How do you feel? How do you feel? My father, I know he loved me. This is the man I looked up to all my life. Of course, he told me, good job, son.
Why is it so hard for men to express their feelings and their emotions?
He told me he loved me occasionally.
As we're young, we model. We take these things in, and we see other men not express their emotions. I'm there, that's how I make it today. Whatever, I gotta get through. That's what we continue to do.
Very valuable time with us, and we appreciate you so much. You seen on that last slide, that is our men on pause that we added last year, the man cave. Please, we're telling everyone to bring your significant others with you. They have a space, because the women, we had our panel discussion with just the ladies, and it was amazing. So yes, you can bring your significant others, because we have a safe space for both and all. We are something that we're expanding on, because it's something that's needed. So if you're out there saying, can I bring my husband? Can I bring my significant other? Absolutely. We have a space for you, and you. All we're saying is being there. Yeah, so Ingrid, you experienced it last year. We thank you so much for being on this live with us this evening. Yes. If you have anything else to say, if there's, let me say 3 words you could say to somebody that's out there. Give them 3 powerful words.
Believe, victory, and restore.
I love it. I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is Mpulse Summit 2025, and it's going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. We need you in the building. This is your girl, Mitch, with Mpulse Summit, and I always say this, and I think you know this, Ingrid. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all have an amazing day. The beauty and barber industry is evolving fast, and if you're not plugged